And we it's Earlene.
Hey, you.
It's good to see you again. How have you been?
I've been fabulous. What about you?
I'm good. You know, I look forward to this weekly episode. It seems like we've always got something exciting to talk about. And this week, we've got even better things to talk about.
We
We've
really
got some
do.
special guests. You want to intro them?
Yep. Today on our show, on the Earlene and Steve show, we have guests Chris Cassada and Alex Carpenter. They're over here from Camp Piamingo. We met them actually, well, I've known Alex for a couple of years, but I got to meet Chris this past Thursday when we did the chamber luncheon, and then they were already on the schedule to come over, and they're going to talk to us and lead us through all the fun things that Camp Piamingo has to offer.
That is awesome. Yeah, I love the presentation you guys had last week. It was pretty phenomenal.
I love my cup.
Yeah, I've actually been drinking. I've been
Me
wearing
too.
it out.
I've been using
for
mine.
coffee
Yeah,
all
I
week.
know.
And then I have the Camp Piamingo shirt, which I could have worn today. I should have probably worn that
Which
today.
I
That
wanted
would have
to
been
file
appropriate.
a complaint with HR for the fact that you won that swag and I didn't.
Yeah, but you know what? I have never won at a chamber luncheon. So.
Well, I haven't either. I've never won anything at a chamber luncheon.
Well, that's two people from the
And we take
messenger.
Sean in his first day, he wins.
a bottle of
bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah.
Unfair.
Yeah, you know what would have been really nice is like a free week of camp at Camp Piamingo,
yeah,
especially since
yeah.
I got 3 littles. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
no,
That's,
no,
he's like, no. But we'll be advertising that next time I wear the sweatshirt. But I got the tops off the Bronco. It's beautiful outside. We're glad you guys are here. Y'all are probably getting a lot of work done now at the park since all the rain.
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, one of the things I'm interested in, so the camp starts on June 8th.
Yep.
Is that correct?
That's right.
All right. And so what does it look like for you guys right now? You're in full swing, right? Getting ready, counting down, that sort of thing. What are your days looking like right now when we're not having camp yet?
Well, camp starts the day after camp ends. So the planning for camp starts really soon, right after we end.
Oh, so you've been working
It's
on this year's camp since last
Absolutely.
August?
Yes.
Okay.
We meet as an association talking about camp pretty much the month right after in September. So there's a lot that goes behind what happens. Specifically for Piamingo, Alex has been busy hiring since back in October.
Late September, early October.
Oh, wow. Uh-huh.
So that part of our work really is almost the entire year.
Just hiring people, and
Just
so and
hiring.
I know that when we were at the luncheon, you shared a little bit about the criteria for hiring. That you do a really stern, a pretty deep background check
Right.
to make sure that everything is up to par with that, as you should. You know, you know, people deserve to have that confidence, knowing that their children are going to be hanging out for 6 or 7 nights with these folks, and it's good knowing that you guys are ensuring the safety of
Right.
that.
Yeah, and really another special part about our staff is a big part of our staff comes from camp.
Right.
So people that have been campers since they were 6 years old grow up in Piamingo, go into our leadership development programs, and then the goal is that they work themselves into a job after their last year of camp.
That's awesome. So I know that we've got that it starts on June 8th and it ends on August 1st. How many weeks is that?
So it's 8 total weeks, 7 sessions. So we have 1 2-week session in the middle of July.
Oh, do you? Okay. And so is that a yearly thing? Do you usually do 8 weeks?
Yeah.
All right. And do most YMCA camps across the country do that?
It really depends on local school
Oh, I see.
calendars. So if schools started later, we
Right.
add an extra week.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But
So you do have that flexibility.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Resident camp's a little bit different. The training that goes into getting our counselors ready for camp, all the things that they have to prepare for to be an expert in, requires a lot more training. I come from day camp experience,
Right.
and our day camps in the association go from, I'd say, from 11 weeks to 8 weeks. It's kind of the normal. So that, honestly, to help the families to bridge that time between school
Sure.
and starting
Oh,
back. But in resident camp, there really is a lot that we have to get them ready for to make sure that they're not only giving the quality program that we expect from them, but the safe experience that we would also
Absolutely.
expect.
Yeah.
One of the things I noticed, and I was surprised at because I didn't realize it, so you said you have campers as young as 5. So tell me, what is that? Is that like 5, 6, 7? What's that junior baby camper age?
Yeah. So we have our traditional camp, our 1 week session starts at 6.
Yep.
But 5-year-olds can do our mini camps, which is kind of a 3-day, 2-night, kind of get a taste of what camp has to offer.
So they spend the night.
They spend the night, yeah.
See, 5-year-olds are babies.
Not my Liam. Not my Liam. That dude's a terror, man. He's a brute. He can take it all.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how well they adapt to that.
Yeah, so they-
5-year-olds were some of our most confident campers during that
good.
session last year. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so it's just like you said, 2 nights, 3 days.
Yeah.
Do they come on
Sunday
Sundays?
to Tuesday. Yep.
Okay. All right. Very good. And is that popular?
That is our most popular camp, and really from just my experience with camps, those younger kids have fewer choices. Families have fewer choices for that age group, and the YMCA is one of the places that they can find care,
Sure.
experience,
Very
quality
cool.
experience for preschool campers.
Now,
Well, it-
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
You have overnight camp, so they get to stay in these little pods. I guess you've got Creek, Mingo, Shawnee, Cherokee. What's the Miami location? What's that like?
So Miami is actually one of our newer camp units. It sits really kind of towards the back of camp,
Yeah.
and was traditionally for the younger boys. And it has fallen into disrepair.
Okay.
So if you know the history of Otter Creek and the history of camp, you know that we were part of the Louisville Metro Parks
Sure.
for a period of time. When that ownership changed, there were some things that happened at that site that involved some public utilities, and there's currently no water
Okay.
running to Miami. So because of that, they are unusable, and they've sat vacant.
Okay.
All right.
So,
But these other ones, they're just windows and bunks and.
Hey, I spent the night in one of them.
Yeah.
They're not that bad.
No.
They're really not.
Hey,
I
but
mean,
it's the traditional like camp experience, like you would think of. I think.
2 years ago, we took all the counselors that work at the Doe Valley Day Camp, and we went out there and spent the night. And
Yeah.
we had one for boys and one for girls, and right across from each other. I thought it was pretty comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch. I mean, it's traditional camp stuff. There's a bunch of bunk beds in there, and everybody threw
Yeah.
their stuff all over. I picked a quiet spot and put my stuff up, and I was like, I don't care what you people do, leave me alone. I'm just here to make sure that nobody dies.
Right. So you stayed in those facilities. So
It was the one right behind the where you check in at.
Yeah, Sean.
yeah. Okay. So did it's just bring your sleeping bag and all of your
Well, there was a
toiletries?
mattress,
Yeah.
but yeah, we had to bring everything else. And, yeah,
That's cool. I mean, that's what I remember from
yeah,
camp.
it was great.
I mean, I went to Boy Scout camp, so you had a cot and a tent over a wood platform, and that was it. And
Well, if I remember correctly, there was no air conditioner or anything, right?
Yeah, there's no air conditioning, but there is electricity. So
Yeah. Yeah.
lights, couple outlets, ceiling fan, and they were designed in a way to create like a good.
I had internet, so
so you're able to. So all those electronic devices are able to plug in, or do you prohibit electronic devices while they're there the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. We have good conversations about electronic devices when there's
I'm so
many.
anti.
Yeah. So tell us about that part.
Yeah. So, kind of taking a step back. So, yeah, we don't allow cell phones,
Good.
smartwatches, anything that communicates out. If any communication needs to happen with parents, it usually comes from us.
Right.
We have an open line of communication with those parents. So, if anything were to happen, or if we just need some sort of advice on how they would handle a situation, we would call the parents. So there's still that line of communication and one-way emails from the parents to the campers as well, where they'll receive it. They just have to respond through traditional means.
Sure, of course.
So you let them email. Why don't you just make them do the old lick it and stick it
No,
stamp
so,
method?
Yeah, so the parents
both.
can email.
Okay.
The campers.
Oh, they
we
got-
print out the
right.
emails, put it in.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I got
see.
it. Okay.
Well, now, can campers write letters home?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right, very good.
And
Might
the,
not get there before they
Get back,
home,
but yeah.
and the families have the opportunity to have letters pre-prepared that
Okay.
they deliver to our mailbox.
Very cool.
And we deliver them out through the week
Mail
through our postal
call.
service.
So you guys really are the parenting team for that full week. So the children are relying upon you, and you guys have that great responsibility of taking care of them.
Yeah.
And so we talked a little bit about the mini camp. Tell me about, like, you don't have to go through every detail, but give me an idea. Let's say I don't know, a 10-year-old, 11-year-old gets dropped off on Sunday.
Yep.
So what happens?
So Sunday is a lot of, welcome to camp. Here's the lay of the land. They'll go on a tour. They'll choose their activities for the week.
They get to choose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So Monday through Thursday, we have a couple of activity periods that campers get to choose on Sunday when they arrive, and those are progressive. So we'll say little Timmy signs up for archery and drama in the mornings. On Monday, they're learning how to shoot an arrow off a bow in archery, and at the end of the week, hopefully they've gotten better every day. So they're playing games with it, they're having competition, that sort of thing. Drama, beginning of the week, you might be doing some improv games where at the end of the week you've put a show together to do in front of all of camp. So you pick and choose based on your interests, and then there are times in the week where the cabins will just get together, have cabin activities, so they'll get together with just their cabin or maybe another cabin adjacent to them and play some games. And so it's a good mix of individual choice and group activity with people of like age.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. So when you're interviewing counselors to work, do they say, "Oh, I've got some background in drama," or "I know how to work a bow and arrow"?
So it's a mix of training, and a lot of our staff are proficient in various things.
Yeah,
So a lot of different experiences.
Right.
Some are very, very dramatic. Some are very
Yeah, no, well, they could be dramatic and also be a theologian.
Yeah.
Helicopter parent. Yeah. Hovering.
So it's a really good mix on the staff team.
So one of the things that you mentioned, and I didn't know this either. I've been hanging around there for a couple of years, but you were talking about the flags that are displayed from the ceiling, and you said that you have counselors from 10 different countries, and you mentioned that some of them, English is not their first language. Right. How cool is that? So, so do you just kind of pepper them in throughout the camp so that children get, exposed to that and get to be around that? Because I think that's awesome.
Well, working at Piamingo is a pretty competitive process. So when we go out recruiting for staff, they're really selling what they have to offer to our families.
Right.
So as Alex is perusing the available counselors, we're searching for those positions that we know are really going to be necessary for the best experience at camp.
Sure.
So they put together some pretty cool video like resumes, and so we really get to see them in action. But if we're looking for somebody for the equestrian program, we go in looking for that specifically, and we can find the best possible person to fit for that position.
Yeah.
A lot of those counselors coming from other countries come through a different service,
right?
For folks looking to work at a summer camp in America.
Sure.
And so then we interview from those people. So they are, in order to get into that program, they have to interview with them. They have to go through background checks in their country as well, reference checks. So they're going through multiple steps as well.
Right.
Before they even get to us.
Yeah, I just think that was pretty awesome when you guys told us that, and that and they get to mingle with the kids and the kids, because this is Meade County. I know that you have campers from all over the state. Do you have campers that come from out of the state?
Yes.
That come to Camp Piamingo? What's the farthest you've had someone?
Australia.
A camper came from Australia to,
Good day, Mike.
I know. That's pretty awesome.
Coming up from the line down under. Yeah, crikey.
We want to share that also just with the community that if English isn't your first language, that all campers are going to be welcome at the YMCA.
Sure.
And we should be able to have someone that can help.
Right.
So that that they are able to experience camp.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Tell us a little bit about your core values and how that works in with the day in and day out facility of the camp.
All right. Yeah, so our core values we take pretty seriously. One of the things that we really focus on is being intentional. So the core values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility are the things that we integrate into all of our programming. So whether that's, in our opening ceremonies at the beginning of the day, whether it's how we're instructing and showing them how to learn a new skill, but it's us demonstrating it to each other. It's us demonstrating it to the campers, and then the campers demonstrating it to one another.
Oh, yeah.
So we recognize and reward them through observing those behaviors throughout the week. And it's a pretty special time. Again, I can speak from day camp experience. The campers really love, being able to go home at the end of the day and sharing with their families,
Right.
what they were able to, to demonstrate that day. And Alex has created some pretty cool awards that he could probably share with how we recognize it for our campers throughout the summer.
Yeah. So this year we're putting into play a core value goal setting system. So at the beginning of the week, the counselors will sit down with the kids, which core value do you want to work on? Let's create goals around that. And so by the end of the week, hopefully we can award those campers based off of those goals. So that, and then at the beginning of every day, we have almost like a morning reflection where we we'll pick the core value of the day and do like a story or some kind of skit based off that and kind of talk about what that looks like for that day. So we're always talking about the core values and how we can,
incorporate that into just regular life. What time do they have to be up and ready in the mornings?
4 a.m. No, I'm just kidding.
I've told people the time you wake up really is dependent on how quickly you can get ready. We meet as a camp at 7:45 in the morning outside of the dining hall.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
And then breakfast right after?
Breakfast at 8, yep.
Yeah.
You do a bugle call for that rise of the flag every morning.
Gong rings.
Gong.
rings.
Just kidding.
Oh, that's funny. So, so it's not. So you have different camps. You've got the mini camp that you shared with us. You've got the regular residential camp, and then you have this thing called Bold and Gold.
Right.
One of you share that because I want to go on Gold and Bold. Can I please go? I'll write a story about it.
Well, definitely Bold and Gold is a very special program. You kind of mentioned some of the programming that we do, but the thing that I would be very most proud of with the YMCA is that we really try to start them as young as we can and keep them in as long as we can.
Sure.
So we go up to age 16, and in those older age groups, we offer programming LIT, CIT, and then Bold and Gold.
And that's leadership and training and counselor and training.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then the Bold and Gold specifically is a partnership with our YMCA and the YMCA of Seattle. And they work on learning outdoor survival skills.
Right.
So we've got 2 really cool trips planned this summer. One is at Red River Gorge where they'll do some kayaking. And then the second trip is in New River Gorge in West Virginia where they will be doing some climbing.
Other way
around. But they'll be doing some backcountry camping as well.
Right.
Pack it in, you pack it out.
Right.
That's kind of cool. So, do you take kids on these that have no maybe experience climbing rocks or canoeing? Do you know how hard it is to canoe? The first couple of times you canoe, you could feel it in your shoulders, and you think, "I'm gonna die."
Flat water, yes. I would say floating water is even more challenging because if you get in an eddy and sideways and you don't know how to get out of that, you're rolling.
I was
gonna say the hardest kayaking I've had to do is in really low water when you have to like portage yourself from point. It is very difficult, but there's a lot of intentionality built into the program. They're taking debrief moments to talk about things and really just learning how to work together. Teaches them a lot of life skills. And just the resilience that they build dealing with the elements because you have no idea. I mean, we plan these trips far in advance.
Or whatever.
Exactly. Could be tornadoes, and we have to be prepared for anything to happen.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. And so in that camp also is a Sunday to Saturday or Sunday to Friday, Sunday to Friday camp. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Do you have a scholarship program?
Yeah, we work on a lot. Again, I talked about us starting our planning back in August. A big part of that is our twofold. We have an annual campaign where we are reaching out to our community partners, reaching out to our members, and really looking to raise scholarship money to help those families and campers who may need a little bit of assistance to make camp a possibility for them. So that annual campaign is going on right now.
Right,
so
good.
I would say anybody who would like to help a camper go to camp this summer, that's probably the quickest and easiest way, is just to make a donation.
And how would they do that?
Just go to the Camp Piamingo, www.ymcacamppiamingo.com, and look for the donation link.
Yep.
.org.
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 Sorry,
Yeah.
.org. And
You
then,
guys are good together.
but that would be really the quickest and easiest way to help a camper go. We also have had families just donate a week of camp.
Oh,
But we also work through grant opportunities and programs that specifically help children who need that help to get
Right.
to camp. So we're, again,
So
always,
if a parent wanted to find out, they could find out everything by going to the website that you just shared.
Absolutely.
And we'll try to share that again. I did put that in the story that will be out tomorrow.
Cool.
I put all of that information in that so that people could do that. So my background as far as in camp is also a day camp thing. So you guys will have a little different story to tell because of residents. So tell me about a time that you had a kid come in, and, they get there and you're thinking, oh my goodness, this kid is not going to make it. This is not going to be a great experience for them. Yet they did. And then maybe you get to Friday, and what kind of changes? Do you get kids who get dropped off on Sunday and they're like, I'm not staying, you can't make me be here? And then you see a difference in them?
Oh, for sure. Last year we had a camper come who was having a great time up front, but was getting a little homesick. And so every day, every chance he saw me, he said, hey, can we call my mom? And typically in sickness situations, I will contact parents first and be like, hey, let's talk through, would you want to talk with them? Would that make things worse? Like, what's the best for this child?
Yeah.
And so in that case, I believe it was, let's see how he does after X amount of time. And then it was very much like.
How old was he? What age group?
Oh, probably 7, 8.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he, we had that conversation with mom, had a great rest of the week. He was able to kind of pivot his focus. He was working in drama on this play where he was really featured in it, and he was doing dances for it all week. And I saw him practicing on his own sometimes. Like, he was jazzed for it.
Right.
And at the end, he pulled me aside. He said, "Thank you for thanks
Right.
for pushing me through this week. I really had a great time."
Good.
But yeah, I saw a lot of growth in him in that time.
Yeah, in just that short period of time. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that resident camp offers. That's why I love it so much. It's such a fantastic tool for self-growth. I've been doing it for the greater part of 15 years as a staff member, and I continue to learn more and more about myself each year, and I see that in all of our staff members and all of our campers just within a week as well.
Well, and I would assume that you guys keep them so busy during the day that they sleep at night. They're just wore out. They're just
for sure.
exhausted because lots of times when you have a situation where somebody's homesick, it'll be 2 o'clock in the morning, and they're I want my mom.
Right.
And yes, I've had to deal with that numerous times, just on like an overnight thing for church or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's good. What about you? Have you had?
Well, I was actually just going to piggyback on what is special about resident camp. Just coming from day camp experience, where we do some of the same activities with our campers at day camp, but the ability to progress in their skill level and the confidence that they gain, being able to go back at that, something that wasn't, was so hard for you day one, and then by midweek you're really able to have confidence, and by the end of the week you are just like beaming with pride.
Right.
It's not that it couldn't happen in day camp, but there is definitely not the same opportunity that that a camper is going to have when they are able to really spend the time and also the quality of the experience from the counselors and the group leaders who also have those same passions and experiences.
Sure.
We have specialists in multiple areas in camp. And just kind of thinking archery is an easy one to explain, but like the person who's going to be helping in archery is someone who has a love for archery.
Right.
It's not just a counselor who's kind of filling that space at that time. There's somebody who this is what they want to do this summer.
Right.
So speaking of people who have love and passion for stuff, I've got to get some sponsors in real fast and do a quick transitions. I can't think of a better
Absolutely.
transition. Give
That's
us a
perfect.
minute. We'll be right back with more from Camp Piamingo. I always keep saying Piamingo, but Piamingo, I got it.
This episode is sponsored by Serenity Fitness, Yoga, and Reiki, where wellness isn't about following rigid rules, it's about discovering what truly works for you. Founder Wendy Spahn, a retired and disabled Army veteran, created Empowered Serenity, a coaching program designed to help you break free from old patterns, reconnect with your intuition, and step into your power. With meditation, movement, energy work, and intuitive practices, this isn't just coaching, it's a journey of transformation. Learn more at myserenityfitness.com.
Looking to master the art of Taekwondo? Join Sharon's Taekwondo Academy, founded by Bobby Sharon in 1975. Conveniently located off of North Dixie Highway in Elizabethtown, our academy welcomes students of all ages and skill levels. Connect with us on Facebook at Sharon Taekwondo to see our vibrant community, including many Meade County residents. Visit us online at www.sharontaekwondo.com. Sharon's Taekwondo Academy, where discipline meets excellence. Injured? Unsure where to turn? Meet Darren Sipes, attorney at law, Brandenburg's trusted personal injury advocate. Located at 313 Hillcrest Drive, Darren is here to fight for your rights and get the justice you deserve, whether it's an accident at work or on the road. His expertise and compassion put you first. Call today at 270-422-3939 to schedule a free consultation. Don't face the legal system alone. Let Darren Sipes lead the way. Your fight is his mission.
Tired of just getting by? It's time to optimize. At New Vital Infusion and Wellness, we help you level up your energy, balance your hormones, boost your immunity, and glow from the inside out. From IV vitamin drips and NAD Plus to weight loss and aesthetic treatments, we treat the whole you, body, mind, and vitality. Feel sharper, sleep deeper, look brighter. Call 270-735-6126 or visit us at newvitalinfuse.com. New Vital Infusion and Wellness. Live optimized.
Okay, well, I'm back with Alex and Chris, and we've been chit-chatting about Camp Piamingo, and I just think that everything that they are sharing is wonderful. My only concern sometimes is just right here, I'm born and bred and grown Meade Countyan, and occasionally I'll hear someone say, I'd love for my kids to come or to get to go and experience that, but it's just so pricey.
Right.
So we were talked a little bit briefly about scholarships. Can you maybe go more into that?
Absolutely. At first, I'd want to say we're not going to turn away any camper. So if there's a need, we're going to find some way to make that bridge to make sure that camper can come to camp. But specifically for Meade County, we are offering a 25% discount.
That's pretty significant.
So,
25% is a lot. Yeah.
So they can
That's big.
easily take advantage of that offer. And when they go to register, just put in Meade Co. at the end, and that'll take care of giving them that discount.
Nice.
Now, is it uppercase sensitive or whatever? You just put in MEADECO?
Yeah, I think they can just type it anyway.
Meade Co. 25.
If they have any
I
problems,
don't
they
think
can reach
25
out.
was on the end. It just said Meade Co.
It's just,
Meade Co.
Meade Co.
Oh, okay. Because, they could type in their own number.
Right.
50% or whatever.
Yeah, no.
So,
That's
all
if
right,
they
I
set it up that way.
Yeah. So what
Hackers.
you're saying, so basically and definitely what you're saying is there's no reason for someone to not go.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, speaking of my experience from day camp, one of the pain points of like day camp between resident camp is drop off and pick up every day for a family. When you come to resident camp, you're pulling up.
Set it and forget it.
Exactly.
That's right.
Set it and forget it.
That's
One
right.
drop off, one pickup.
Free
Yeah.
at last.
Yeah.
You're
Free at last.
Steven.
I'm just kidding.
you're not packing lunches. You're not trying
Right.
to remember, do they need a swimsuit today? Do they
Yeah.
not need
Yeah.
a swimsuit today?
Yeah.
So
Because that's real. What
It
you're
is
talking
real.
about is real.
it is.
Oh, I
Today
know.
was-
Painful.
he knows.
I
His
know.
kids, his kids were in day camp last year, and I'd be like, Steven,
Yeah.
I told you they need swimsuits today.
Yeah, no, they had them. No, that wasn't me. There was only a couple times I didn't pay attention to the text, and I'll tell you, I paid attention to the text because it said everything you needed to know. But it was nice. Yeah, day camp versus
Resident camp?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now my young oldest, like to your point, you take six years and up, right?
5 years.
Started
No,
at 5.
well, 5, yes, for the day camp, but like 6 to go
yeah.
if you wanted to camp. So I wanted to ask a couple of clarifying questions. If they wanted to go to camp every week, if you wanted to leave them for the whole summer,
See ya.
technically you could do that, couldn't you?
By all means.
Well, do they,
But
have
you're
to, do they
booking
have to
each
pick
week.
them up one day a week, right? Isn't there one day a week they have to get them?
You do have to probably show up as a parent that you exist
Probably.
still.
Unless you're going to sign a
Yeah.
power of attorney.
We put a tracker on that.
Yeah.
We're gonna put an Apple tag on you for a little bit, but go ahead.
We do have some stay over weekends, so
Okay.
between session 1 and session 2 and session 3 and session 4, you can elect to
Yeah.
stay over. So it's one less pickup and drop off. But
Right.
Yeah.
And then you have the July segment, which is a 2-week session, straight up 2 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're, and it's I think that's $16.15.50 is what the price point is online. So, but that's lunches, that's all of the activities,
It's amazing.
it's everything.
It's an amazing opportunity.
And if you take 25% off of that from Meade County, I just wanted to let you know that is a $404 discount. So technically, you're paying $600 a week for 2 weeks to pull that off for your kids. A life-changing adventure.
And we're so grateful for Steven doing the accounting for us.
Yeah.
So-
But that's a big discount.
I know.
I mean, when you
know.
lay $400 down on the
Oh,
table
and
in
he's
today's
I'm
economy,
telling you
that's
what,
a big deal.
He is a businessman all the time. So one thing I do want to talk about, and it's not about money, but you guys do have a nurse that stays there, don't you? And I know this. Let me explain to you how I know this.
Because she broke her toe. No, I'm just kidding.
No, there is a vertical cave. Do you know what I'm talking about? So there's a vertical cave. So 2 summers ago or so, we show up for our little, Doe Valley Day at Camp Piamingo. And this young man very sweetly said, "Do you want to see our vertical cave? How many of you guys have seen our vertical cave?" Oh, we haven't. So we tromp through the woods. And we're back there and we get to see it. Well, I decided myself, another
I knew this
camper,
had to
and somebody
involve you.
else. Oh, yeah, it involved me. So I waited and let them go. Well, everybody who went prior to the 3 of us made those bees angry. So there was a nest
Oh, no.
yes, and we got attacked.
Were they bees or hornets?
I don't know what it was, but it was the worst pain. It was so bad. And so
Oh,
they
no.
got the 3 of us.
Oh, no.
And so we sent everybody back, and then we ended up going back up to where the main thing is, and they had this magical stuff. I don't know what it was.
Was it an EpiPen or the marker
No,
stuff?
no. It was some kind of cream. You know,
Okay.
like they really did baby us because they'd gotten up in our shirts.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, it was rough. And
that's good.
so it was one kid and then two of me and another counselor. And but they were so sweet. They were like, we can get this, and whatever it is they put on us, I was like, where did you get
Yeah.
that stuff? Because it actually
Yeah, it
took the
works.
pain away, and it worked really well. And I mean, we were crying like because it was painful, but. I also know that someone else, I can't think of her name, but just in passing, she said, well, the way that I afford camp for my kid is I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
And she said, and I go and I'm there for like a week or 2 each summer as a nurse, and then he gets to come with me. And I thought,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Well, I don't think we mentioned that we are an ACA accredited camp, so that's important to mention. But part of that is that we do have nurses on staff 24/7. So we'll have 2 nurses working each week, and they are there as volunteers. And while they're there, if they're donating 1 week of time, they get to bring or send one camper free for that whole week. So if they're there for 2 weeks, they're going to get 2 weeks of camp
Right.
for that.
And that's what she did. You know, I know she lives in Doe Valley, and that's what she did, and I thought it was fantastic. I was like, what a great, really, you guys are a blessing for the community. Not only is it beautiful back there, but you guys are very accommodating. You're very outgoing. You're very welcoming, and it's a comfort to be there. You know, even just our chamber lunch last week, it was very much all of those feelings. And one of my favorite parts was the young lady that was working the table, and she was like, no, let me just jump out here and help.
Oh yeah.
I just loved that she had that.
Yes.
I was so impressed with her personality.
There's definitely a level of passion that
And confidence.
And again, that speaks to the programming that we've kind of all worked through or been through, and those are the characters that we really want to model with our campers,
Right.
Definitely with our counselors, and we're really glad that you felt that way. I know that I feel blessed and honored. You know, I kind of have to wake up every morning and pinch myself that
Right.
I'm living in the middle of this beautiful
Yes.
place. And then to be able to share that experience with families in the summer is truly an honor.
Right. Now, do you guys
Very
have
cool.
any winter camping time?
So we are again a very rustic camp, and so our cabins are not winterized. Though when the weather is appropriate, we do have some groups that use the facilities in late spring or early fall, and so that is definitely something that if people have questions about that we would obviously want to talk to them about what they would be able to do during those times. But that is something that we do offer.
Right. Right. What's your favorite part each week? What's your favorite part of camp?
Oh boy, you first.
Gosh, so just honestly, it's probably those campers that show up and who are very hesitant, whether it's to get into the pool or to go down that slide or to pick up that bow, and then to see them come Wednesday with the confidence and the glow in their face, but then also just to watch the friendships that happen and just the fun that they create just with each other. We can build all of this programming and all of these activities, but really the kids are what make camp,
Right.
and without them, there is no camp. So
Sure.
they bring so much with them that we could have never planned for, which keeps us on our toes and helps us to prepare for the next week of camp. But just watching them grow in their confidence and meeting all their new friends is just so much fun to observe.
Right.
How many hours does it take to go through the withdrawals of electronic device connection? How long does that take to get over before you can actually let the fun begin there?
Honestly, not long.
Okay.
we get
Once they know.
Yeah, we get involved.
Who's
pretty
going to know?
quickly.
No, just kidding.
I think there's a level of pressure that children feel to use technology.
I do too.
And by
He's talking to my heart. Keep
by,
going. Keep going, brother.
by
Keep going.
everyone being on an even playing field where they know that no one is
You
going
have to talk to someone.
Yeah.
You have to talk.
Yes. I think that actually makes them comfortable. And
Good.
They feel a little relieved that they're not going to have to live up to how's my hair look today?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
this outfit like what I would want everybody on social media to see me wearing today? Or I'm covered in mud, or I just embarrassed myself.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have to worry about that.
Right, exactly.
I'm not going to see my cabin mate again until next year, if we see each other again. So I think that it really creates a bit of freedom
Right.
Sure.
for them
Oh, yeah.
to open up and really be a new person to show their true personality when they come to camp.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. One brag about Alex. I know, but so probably 2 summers ago, I took a group of kids out there, and I didn't know he was going to do this, and I think I just was transportation, like dropped him off, left him there with Clint and Haley, and then I come back and the kids were like, we zip-lined. You what? And they were like, oh, yeah, he took us up in the trees. And they had video of it and everything.
Yeah.
And when I posted that, because the parents had signed a waiver,
Right.
basically saying, do whatever you want to do with our kids. And so I posted it, and the parents were thrilled. Like, some of them had tears. They were like, I cannot believe he got my kid up there.
And had this experience, yeah.
Well, I've done it. And I mean, just climbing up that ladder, the heart just like boom, 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 boom. I know. And then the worst part is that part when you get to the top of the ladder going over. That seems to be do I really want to do this? And I mean, he had them rocking through there, and and their looks on their faces.
Yeah.
You could see the look while they were waiting, and they had their little helmets on and all their, ropes and stuff. And they kind of looked a little pensive. But then the look at the end, I was like, oh, I mean, I just loved him from that moment on, because he pulled that out of them. He'd been working with them for 3 or 4 weeks, and just on a twice a week basis or something. And so that right there really sold me on what an amazing camp this is.
Right.
And there's so many children that as soon as they say to their moms or dads, I don't want to do this, this is scary, they go, okay, you don't have to.
Right.
But when you're in this type of environment, you push, and I mean, not like horribly, but you still push. Nope, you got it. You're not going to fall. Look, you're strapped in. We've got all these hooks on you and everything. Even if you just dangle, it's not going to hurt you. And so, speaking of dangling, we're going to go ahead and
do our last round for sponsors, and we're going to come
and then
back
we're going to dangle right back on.
And we're going to tell you all about the newspaper is coming out this
Right,
week.
we just have a couple
and
of
close
things.
out. So stay tuned. There's some hot news coming your way.
This episode is sponsored by Serenity Fitness, Yoga, and Reiki, where wellness isn't about following rigid rules, it's about discovering what truly works for you. Founder Wendy Spahn, a retired and disabled Army veteran, created Empowered Serenity, a coaching program designed to help you break free from old patterns, reconnect with your intuition, and step into your power. With meditation, movement, energy work, and intuitive practices, this isn't just coaching, it's a journey of transformation. Learn more at myserenityfitness.com.
Looking to master the art of Taekwondo? Join Sharon's Taekwondo Academy, founded by Bobby Sharon in 1975. Conveniently located off of North Dixie Highway in Elizabethtown, our academy welcomes students of all ages and skill levels. Connect with us on Facebook at Sharon Taekwondo to see our vibrant community, including many Meade County residents. Visit us online at www.sharontaekwondo.com. Sharon's Taekwondo Academy, where discipline meets excellence. Injured? Unsure where to turn? Meet Darren Sipes, attorney at law, Brandenburg's trusted personal injury advocate. Located at 313 Hillcrest Drive, Darren is here to fight for your rights and get the justice you deserve, whether it's an accident at work or on the road. His expertise and compassion put you first. Call today at 270-422-3939 to schedule a free consultation. Don't face the legal system alone. Let Darren Sipes lead the way. Your fight is his mission.
Tired of just getting by? It's time to optimize. At New Vital Infusion and Wellness, we help you level up your energy, balance your hormones, boost your immunity, and glow from the inside out. From IV vitamin drips and NAD Plus to weight loss and aesthetic treatments, we treat the whole you, body, mind, and vitality. Feel sharper, sleep deeper, look brighter. Call 270-735-6126 or visit us at newvitalinfuse.com. New Vital Infusion and Wellness. Live optimized.
And we're back in studio with some awesome guests. We've got Chris Casada and Alex Carpenter from Camp Piamingo. Casada.
There you go. Casada.
I know, Casada.
Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect.
There you go. You got it.
Casada.
Yeah.
Casada.
Mama Cass.
Casada.
Mama Cass.
Yeah,
Mama Cass.
Yeah.
I got it. Well, welcome back. Couple quick notes. We're so glad to have you guys in studio. We were talking about a drone, and so my ears perked up.
Right.
So you guys have media specialists that help put out.
Right. So they're going to tell us a little bit about some of the ways they gather, things that they share on their Facebook or website
So you can
page.
stay in tune while they're
Yeah. So
camping.
go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, so
tell
we-
us your new toy.
So we have two media specialists over the course of the summer that go around taking pictures of the kids, getting our social media squared away, being able to share those pictures with parents. So in the registration portal, you can actually go in daily and see hundreds of new photos
Oh,
every day.
yeah.
And actually, the software that we use, if you scan your camper's face beforehand, it will text you every time a photo of your
Oh,
We are
that
living in
is
21st century
awesome.
now. It's
Oh,
wild.
yeah.
But yes.
Facial recognition.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Is that a private company outside of YMCA or that you picked off the shelf or?
Yeah, that's so overnight camps have the registration software.
Okay.
It's a registration software.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty awesome.
It's like the cruise software. We know who you are when you come back on the boat. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then yes, we did just get a drone for some cooler footage.
And have you crashed it?
It's coming this week, so
Okay.
All right, we'll let you know. TBD.
Yeah.
next week I will say we don't have a drone.
We need to borrow a drone.
I'll give you some tips after the show on everything you need to know and then some.
Yeah,
Because
the first time Eddie took his out, he was like, I don't think it's going to come back.
Yeah.
It did,
Yeah.
but you have to tell it to come back.
Right.
Yeah.
I will tell you, you do have to be careful because where you guys are and where I am is a Fort Knox big circle.
Yeah.
And the FAA is really good about zapping it and shutting it down.
That'd be sad.
But it's
That would be
interesting.
so sad. So, listen, let me just touch base a little bit
Please.
on. So one of the things that we do here is we encourage people to go ahead and pick up the issue that's coming out this week. So one of the things that's coming out this week is I wrote a big story about you guys from last Thursday. I just so a lot of the things that we're talking about today I included in the story. And if anybody has any questions, it's easier for you just to call up here to the messenger, do that, and I'll direct you to where you need to be. And this is kind of in line. I wrote an editorial this week that's called "What If Meade County Had Its Own Fairy Godmother?" And basically, it was talking about some of the things that we need to have in Meade County. And people are always saying, "There's nothing for kids to do." There's not. Well, obviously, there are plenty of things for kids to do. But one of the other things, and that you guys are spot on this, how many of us purposely keep our money in Meade County? You know, I mean, we too often cross county lines. We run over to Indiana or whatever, and we spend our money in other places. Can you imagine if we kept our money here? If we intentionally spent our money here? So that's a pretty good story for you guys to look at. And I had a mythical fairy godmother while I was writing this, and I was like, oh, we need a water park, and we need this, and we need that, and go down to the riverfront and do this. And it wasn't. It's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but, you know, it's there. So the other thing is you guys are going to want to pick up the issue and check out the front page of tomorrow's newspaper because there's some information there from Muldrow, who's our eastern city, just before you cross over into Hardin County.
Clarification of a lot of questions.
There's a clarification of a lot of questions because they really have been in the news a lot lately. And so there's a lot of answering of it on the front page of the paper, but if you go ahead and read the whole paper, there's 2 other Muldrow stories in there, and they're not quite as, I don't want to use the word alarming, but, you know, they're pretty fun. I mean, they're Easter egg hunt. We covered that. So this past Saturday, the youth had their baseball opening. So cute.
Lots of photos.
Oh my gosh, I was like, oh, look at their little faces because they're just adorable. And then Joe Hager covered the city council meeting. The mayor is asking for people to volunteer with flood help because we still, even though the waters have gone down, there's still a lot of damage and a lot of things that we need. And the more hands-on that people can come and help with that, the quicker that we can get back to a more normal status. You guys do hands-on help, right? You had the tornado hit you and cause some problems. And don't you guys have like a community cleanup every so often?
Yeah, absolutely. We experienced the storm just like everyone else around here. We had that F1 tornado touch down at the back of Shawnee that ripped through, I don't know, like 30 mature trees.
Oh, yeah, we
fell.
saw the damage on the way out there.
Pretty bad. So we are often reaching out to community partners. Actually, this Thursday we'll have General Electric engineers. We've got 11 volunteers that'll be coming.
Oh.
They're going to be this year. They're going to be building 4 little libraries for our cabin units. But
Oh, how cute.
Yeah, but we are always looking for help. Alex and I started our walk through camp preparations yesterday. I think we made it to 1 unit. 2 hours later, we have a list of hundreds of tasks that have to be accomplished between now and
And sometimes hundreds of task things, they get done quicker the more hands you have, and it can be cheaper.
Yes.
You know, if you don't have people that will help, sometimes you have to pay someone to come in and help when it's something that's not that complicated, but you just don't have enough hours in the day or hands immediately available. So that's why volunteerism.
Yeah, Girl Scout troops, Boy Scout troops, Beta Club, National Honor Society. You're looking for volunteer hours. Definitely reach out to Camp Piamingo. We have lots of opportunity all year long.
Okay.
We are there all year long. People might not know that as well.
Yeah.
So we are always looking for help.
That's good. That's good. So, what is something that you never tire of for the camp? And because we're about to wrap things up, aren't we, Stephen? Yeah. Yeah. So on the way out, this is what I want to know. What is something you never tire of that happens? And any final thought that either one of you might have, we'd like to know.
Well, I mean, honestly, I never tire of camp. At the last day of camp, you're exhausted, and there's this sense of relief that you've survived and your staff has survived through it all. But it doesn't take, a couple days, and you're just feeling a sense of loss. So, it's that magic that happens that you can't explain, that you can't wait for that next summer to come back.
Right, sure.
Yeah, that and once everything's in play, just seeing everything in motion, just being able to be like, we worked for this year.
Yeah.
We did this.
Yeah, you guys did that. Well, you guys are doing a great job. It was our honor to have both of you on today. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules and your busy days to come hang out with us. We hope we didn't traumatize you too much.
We have a great sense of humor here. What are you talking about?
Well, we have a sense of humor, for
it's
sure.
good.
Sometimes twisted.
So listen, a lot of hard work went in the paper this week, folks. If you're interested, grab it off the shelves. You can get it at the newsstands, or better yet, why don't you just subscribe? You can go to the messengerky.com and you can subscribe online, or you can come into our office and meet with Sean, and he will get you squared away. Also, shout out announcement: we are hiring 2 media specialists. If you're interested in working in media, come by and or drop off a resume, or you can reach out to us at admin@themessengerky.com. And plenty of opportunities here to get involved in the community over the summer. So you've heard volunteer opportunities with Camp Piamingo.
Get paid.
And get paid. Yeah.
That's right.
Or you could, come work for us.
Yeah.
But it's a great time. We have a good time.
Yep.
Earlene, final thought.
My final thoughts are, Stephen's right. It was a tough week. There was a lot of serious things that happened. It's not my favorite thing to do, but the news is the news. As long as we're not sharing our opinion or our thoughts on things, and we're just publishing what has actually said or actually happened, then we leave it up to our readers to make their decisions. And that's what we're looking forward to with this issue.
Great work. You guys have a great day.
You too. Thanks. Bye, y'all. You can wave.
It was just you on the final